What's up guys, welcome back to this channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this 3D map animation in After Effects, and I know it looks complicated, but it's not. All you gotta do is take some simple steps to achieve this, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to do this. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Maps are everywhere online, but it's really hard to find a high quality map on the internet. So the way I download my high quality maps is using this free tool called freemaps.org, and inspect the page to capture a full resolution screenshot. Just add a custom device in Chrome DevTools, and bottom high resolution maps are ready to go. And I will put the link down in the description below so you can check out this website and download your own high quality maps. And if you are new to this channel, my name is Robel, and here in this channel we talk about motion graphics, animations, VFX, and all the other good stuff. So make sure to like and subscribe and watch this video till the end. So the first thing we're going to do, as always, is create a composition and name this, and it's 1920 by 1080 and it's 5 seconds and 30 frames per second. Seems cool, and I'm going to press OK. And what this does is it's going to create a new composition for us to work in. So now we're going to go to importing our map, and we import it. As you can see, our map is a high resolution map, and that's the good thing about the technique I showed you, how to download any type of web page in a high resolution. Yeah, you should definitely use it. Just scale it down a bit. If you press S, you can scale it down, and with the pen tool, select someplace from here and then click on here. And as you can see, if you drag while you click, and if you drag this, you can make this curve and just make that curve like this. And that's basically it. Just press this 3D button, and then now this whole thing is 3D. Now we can play around with the XYZ positions of everything. So now we got this, and I'm going to adjust this to be something like this. Yeah. And I'm just aligning it to be on the perspective that I want. All right. And in the shape layer, if you click this drop down, and here on the add, I'm going to add a trim path. And what this basically does is, if you make a keyframe, you animate on the end, you can animate this raid shape layer to be like, to start from here to here. And if you play around with the numbers, as you can see, you can make this. That's really cool. So I'm going to make a keyframe on the first frame here. The end will be 0. And let's say about 1 second, I'm going to push it to be 100. And I'm going to select the keyframes, press F9. If you don't have F9 in your keyboard for some reason, just right click and keyframe assistant, and easy. And the next thing we want to do is this dotted lines across on the floor from here up to here, the same position. So what we're going to do is create another shape layer, but with the pen tool, and the fill is 0 and the stroke is around 10. Just press on the same point from here to here. And what this does is it creates a straight line. And here on the content, go to shape, and on the shape, go to stroke. And from the stroke, there is this thing called dashes. And if you press this plus button, you can create a dash. If you're enjoying this video, consider supporting me on Patreon. You'll get exclusive project files, bonus content, and help me keep creating more videos for you. The link is in the description. And as soon as you create the dash, it's going to be a dotted line. As you can see here, this dotted line, we can animate it like we did with this one. So I'm also going to add a trim path here. If you add this add button, then go to trim path and apply it. And on the trim path, we're going to also animate the end. So as you can see, this dotted lines would be starting from here to here. So I'm going to make a keyframe here around the 1 second, and I'm going to put it to 0. And let's say about 2 seconds, drag it to be 100. And what this creates is this animation. And that's what we basically want. But there's one more thing we have to do. We don't want this dotted lines to be just boring red colors. We want it to blend with the water and with the map itself. So what I'm going to do is just go to toggle the switches and change the mode to something like screen. Maybe if it's not screen, maybe let's try multiply. Multiply is a little bit dark, but looks cool. I like it. So we just created this. And now let's get to the fun part, the boats. And we're gonna add the boats. Here are the boats. So just drag and drop them in your composition and they'll be like this. Basically now they are 2D, so we have to change them into 3D. So just toggle the switches here and then I'm gonna click on the 3D and I'm also going to reduce the scale a bit. And now let's align this boat into our line. And basically, I'm just going to put it down and let's get it here to be something like this. All right, I think that's enough for now. And I'm also going to create a camera so that I can watch the boat and position it in the right way. So right click, new, and then I'm going to create this camera. And the camera will be, we're going to create a camera. And the camera zoom is this thing, focal length, this, let's do with the custom and press OK. And now we have a camera. Okay, I have to change everything into 3D. But I also want to search for the boat somewhere here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press shift and then drag it to be somewhere here. And then I'm going to raise it again. And I'm going to fit this here. And I'm going to align the boat to be like this. And I'm going to adjust the camera to something like this. Okay, turn it to be something like this. And the scale is so big, so I'm just going to make it smaller, it down, maybe even make it more smaller, something like this, and put it down here. And as you can see, you can watch when it touches the ocean, so or the map. So I'm just going to align it to be somewhere here. It's good. And now there is also a mismatch between the line of these two. So I'm just going to try to align these two lines and make it like up, yes, and then make it to be like this. All right, this looks cool. And the boat, I'm gonna push it on the z-axis more and get it up, rotate it a bit, just trying to play with the exactly. You can see when it crosses the line, so this is good. So I want it to be in the middle, so that's good. And I'm also going to reduce the scale. And now it looks cool. And now we have the boat, the map, and the lines. So I'm going to duplicate the boat, like make it 3. And I'm going to like drag it here. One will be here. And the other one will be something like this. Maybe even to the left. And this one will be right in the front. This one, something like this. Just to create this variation, you know what I mean? This is good. And the clouds. And with the clouds, I'm going to import it. And as you can see, it's so big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press first, let's reduce the scale, maybe like something like this. And using the pick whip tool and pressing shift, I'm going to lock it into one of the boats. And as you can see, it have perfect position right now. And I'm going to not attach it again. And as you can see now, this is our clouds. And I'm going to push it up like this and maybe even make it a bit smaller here. And I'm going to duplicate this as well, like 5 times, 3, 4, 5, yes. And I'm going to create some variation on the clouds. Something like this. Of course, this is not a perfect one, but we can refine it even more further on. But for now, this looks kind of good. And what I want to do is now we have positioned them more or less on the right position on the 3D plane. And as you can see, it's a lot of dark places behind us. So I don't want that. So I'm going to create right click, new, and then I'm going to create a solid, and then the solid would be white color, and then press OK. And this one, we don't need to change it into 3D. It just will stay behind it. That's okay. And the next thing that I want to do is the camera movement, because obviously that's going to make or break it. Here, I'm going to reset all the values of the camera. And maybe the orientation is good. Reset. Okay. And now let's make a keyframe on all of them on the camera. And on the first second, let's say we wanted to come to here, something like this. And if I press C, I can switch between this and press C again, and then bring it up a bit to here, maybe to be here, and let's take a look what it does. As you can see, now it's getting there, right? All right, but we can refine the keyframes even more. Around the 3 seconds, let's make another keyframe and play around with the camera. And maybe I'll do this, and with this tool, and you can change the camera tool, orbit, the pan, and the dolly. So now I'm using the pan, so I'm going to make it even lower, something like this, and I'm going to zoom in like this. Obviously, I don't want to cross this line. It's just my preference, but okay, I think this looks good. Let's take a look what we have done. Right, it's getting there. So we came from this to this, and now I'm just going to drag this the final, maybe this to be around 2.5 seconds. Let's take a look again. Obviously, you can make it better, especially on the keyframes and the alignment of the whole thing. Just playing around the view. Maybe I want more clouds, clouds. Maybe let's add 2 more like this. Okay, so this looks good. And one thing more that I want to do is I want to move the boats a bit. So I'm going to select 3 of them by shift clicking. Then by pressing P, you can select the positions. Then at the end of the animation, let's drag the keyframes here. And at the end of the animation, I'm going to drag all the boats to be so we look back, the boats are going good, but we haven't refined the keyframe yet. Select all the keyframes and press F9, or easy is all the keyframes. And here on the graph editor, we can play around with animation of the camera. So I want it to be starting slow, and then, okay, this graph looks cool. And this one, I'm going to adjust it even more. Click on the graph, then drag it. And one more thing we can add is we can add a little bit motion on the clouds as well, because now they're just standing doing nothing. So I'm going to just select them, all of them, press P, and after you press P, just select the keyframes on the position and drag them to the end. Same thing we did with the boats, but here I don't want to add too much motion to it. So I just want to drag them just like so it travels together with the boat, but not like together. So this is how you can create it. Now it looks professional. Yeah, basically this is how you can create a 3D map animation. And obviously you can take your time with it and refine the animation even more, like adding different types of cloud. For example, it's just one type of cloud, and as you can see, it's boring. So what thing you can do is also to make some variation. Maybe we can go to right click, transform, and let's flip it into, you can use different types of clouds, and that would make it even more. But yeah, just try to find the good assets and just try to play around with it. And you can also add the text to it. Let's take text, something like this, something like map animation like this, and make it smaller, let's say Times New Roman. Oh, looks cool. Make it maybe bold, exactly, and make it 3, and drag it up maybe somewhere, and this, something like this, and rotate it and to be like 90 degrees, not 90, maybe like 70. Okay. And what this does is you can, can do this. Obviously, you can refine it. It's not perfect, so just drag it to be. And I'm watching here, like we can take a look at when the text is touching the map. So just try to drag it maybe like perfectly somewhere here, something like this.